Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Journeyman project, Pegasus Prime. Last time, well, a rip was coming to the present. Weren't sure how to really deal with it. Hopefully we're all fingers crossed that everything is going to go according to plan, how we briefed everything and how we've been training for it. But now...
You have arrived at latitude, longitude, 10140. In the year 200 million BC. The island was chosen because it is geologically unstable and will be destroyed in an upcoming eruption, thus eliminating all evidence of TSA's presence. You should also be aware of the reptilian residents of this area that could pose a threat to your continuing existence. The highest caution is advised.
Warning, you might die on this island. Just so you know.
Scanner information regarding this area is mixed. Advise extreme caution.
What do you mean mixed? Jeez, you don't really have much to really forward here, but yes.
Warning. You are currently 124 meters above the rocky shoreline below. Please exercise appropriate caution and dexterity.
We're going to be 124 meters above a whole lot of things in terms of this place, because there's a lot of places to die and jump off a cliff. But there's also really nice things, like weird, strange fog effects that seem to just bow out at me at some points. Yeah, it looks a little weird, like right there. But yes, isn't it nice being back in dinosaur times? Speaking of which... Hey! Hey, buddy. Alright. So yes. Pegasus Prime's version of Dinosaur Times is so much better than Turbo's, which was just a single path backwards. So now we get to enjoy ourselves and look at the nice flora and fauna of this island. And hopefully find our way to wherever the historical log was stashed. In terms of what we're going to be needing is, well, we have our AI biochip. We cannot use our mapping biochip this time around. Unavailable in pressurized environments. So, yeah. So we can't use it here, which is a little bit weird. For a mapping biochip, we can't use it. We can only use it in very specific places. Hey, buddy. Yeah, Jim's over there.
Warning. You are currently 124 meters above the rocky shoreline below. Please exercise appropriate caution and dexterity.
Yep, caution, caution, caution. It's all you want to talk about. Ooh, that looks Stargatey. Yeah, there's some Legacy of Time stuff. Our nice telezoom that we get on our eyepiece.
Place hand on scanner for ID verification.
Alright, time to do this. Or not. Interesting. Now, what just popped in? We have our nice little button that's really not working. But you can see on our artificial intelligence that we actually have a hint available right now. Let's see what it has to say.
The energy source to the bridge has just malfunctioned. Recommend that you locate the circuit breaker to reinstate the power.
You got a circuit breaker for this thing? Where do you think the circuit breaker is going to be? Like, how could you put it anywhere that the dinosaurs are not going to get to it, I guess? Oh, well, okay. So we gotta go find a circuit breaker in order to just kind of... just flick the switch on the power, is pretty much what she's saying. So there's a bunch of places to really explore on this island. Now, she says that this island is pretty much here as a failsafe in order to make sure that we're preserving the entirety of history, so to speak. Because it's going to be destroyed, sure. But it's also, she said that it was as far back as to make sure, to pretty much ensure that there was not going to be any more rips happening. Which I buy and kind of don't buy at the same time. I kind of keep thinking back to like the butterfly effect, where it's like this small little thing that you could do. It's also when she's saying that you could, like, she says don't change anything. And in some cases, what we're going to be doing is definitely changing things. Well, this looks handy. Yeah, in a nice little area outside of the world, we got our circuit breaker hiding in a cave. It's really nice that our nice keyring has a light on it. It's going to be very convenient for us. It's also something that turns on automatically. But yeah, it's not change anything is kind of a little bit too broad in terms of time travel for me. Especially when we're going to be going around and picking up items and having to solve puzzles in that regard. So, what do you mean when you're not changing anything? Does that mean that because we're going to be picking up, like, weird items, is it going to be a case of, like, do I have this beverage glass? If I throw this beverage glass in another time period, does that mean that we're changing time enough for a rip to happen? No, probably not necessarily true, especially when temporal ripples are a thing in this universe, a la Buried in Time. But it's kind of it's something about the wording that just does not do enough for me. Alright, so hopefully that was the circuit breaker, because I just flipped a switch and had no idea what it was, because nobody said anything. I'm just gonna assume it was. Hey! Sweet. Nice. I guess I have to trust it. There we go. Okay. So we have our keyhole. We also have a nice view.
Warning. You are currently 124 meters above the rocky shoreline below. Please exercise appropriate caution and dexterity.
AI, are you sure you're not malfunctioning? Because I feel like I went a little bit higher in elevation than everything. Everything's flat to you, isn't it? Everything's flat. God, woman. Alright. But yeah. For some reason, the bridge decides to retract it, which means that we can't get back. We could try, but we've fallen off the cliff. So, instead, what better thing to do than get out our Journeyman key and decide to use an item on a thing. Such a complicated key. I really wonder how it works. Alright, here we go. Our historical log. Sweet.
Agent 5, you have accomplished your mission and recovered the Journeyman historical log. You must now return quickly to the Temporal Security Annex and review the disk.
Alright, hopefully we can do that, because there was a chance that that might not be something that we can do. But if it's the case that we still have energy and that hasn't immediately cut ourselves off from it, because that means that the Pegasus still exists. So hopefully there's CD technology there. Alright, so next time we have our Pegasus biochip. We are going to recall, get out of Dinosaur Times, and head back. Dinosaur Times is not as long as some people would expect for the big changes. It pretty much just adds a puzzle to the whole thing, but it definitely is something a little bit bigger, which I do like. So, let's head back. See you next time, everyone.